Perfect. Welcome back. So today I have a new series I guess I'm going to be doing. It's basically going to be me reviewing Star Wars figures, most importantly the Black Series, simply because these are known for being trash and I might as well let you know if it's decent or not. Never mind that water bottle. So yeah, gonna review this figure. I'm gonna basically do a drop down view so you guys can see it up close and personal. So I'll see you there. So here we are back at the dirty brown table. Obviously, this is a review of Lando. Let's start with the box. Very nice looking box, sure. Number 39. Nothing really important on the back, to be honest with you. Nothing we don't already know. There you go. In several different languages for you. Yep, box is useless. Let's get to the figure. So, just looking at him, he looks like a really nice figure. The sculpt on his face, I personally think, is perfect. So is the paint. Well, let me get better lighting. Well, that is better. I think this is the best Lando figure I've ever seen, considering that this one over here is awful. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Look at my dry hands. Look at his ugly face. Yeah, obviously we are in better times, better sculpting. Even his skin tone is way more accurate now, which is perfect. Yeah, I mean, it looks great, right? But let's just take that off. Look how thin he is. It's almost like they sculpted it wrong. Look at his thin arms. Also might note the nice communication bracelet thing. Wow, I cannot get that to zoom in, right? Here we go. That is a nice detail, to be honest with you. They usually don't do that great of a job when it comes to details on these, as most people know, which is why I'm also reviewing these. Usually paint and sculpted details are awful on Black Series. My biggest complaint really is that he is thin looking. His legs are super thin. Also, their choice of articulation is really stupid. Arm articulation is great. Things I really hate is the articulation on his chest. It's actually, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to avoid articulation in his belt, which I like, but at the same time, this just looks unnatural. Leg articulation also looks bad. If you don't have his cloak on, and yeah, it's pretty ugly. Looks like a cheap Chinese knockoff, which it's not. The boot sculpt is great. Not a whole lot of articulation there, just the usual, and yeah, that great paint job. Look at those eyes. Maybe. Now, a lot of people wonder about accessories. His accessories are pretty cool. You get his ghetto blaster, and you get his vape. I'm just kidding. But I do think this is probably one of the dumbest things they could have sent with him. This is just basically another... This is his communications radio thing. Sorry, the thing on his wrist is the remote. I think that's stupid. You could have just not given that at all, and I would have been fine with it. Just the figure, the cloak, and the gun, the blaster. Because this is one of those things that you're just going to lose after about 20 minutes of opening it. See, I don't know where it went. But anyway, the sculpt on the blaster is great. Paint's alright. Just one little piece is painted. But the best part is this. The sculpt doesn't even fit in his hand, in his trigger hand. This could be one or two things. This could have been sculpted for another figure, and they sculpted it for that one and threw it in the package for this, or they just simply didn't size it correctly for his hand when sculpting it. But usually when they sculpt the guns, they make it a mold from the hand so it fits right. The gun's way too big for him. Yeah, that's an issue. The next thing I want to talk about is the cloak. His cloak is actually really nice, his cape. They went to the trouble of painting it all the way around, and it just looks great. And basically, if he's not wearing it, he doesn't look that great. Obviously, he looks freaking awesome like this, so you kind of want to keep it on. But another issue again is the bad design issue is really? You can't move his arms up when he's wearing it? You know, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a posable figure when you can't move the arms or legs when you have all of its accessories on. You know, overall this is a great figure. If you have it in one stance the whole time, you own it. I think it's okay for collecting if all you care about is just owning a good sculpt and paint job. This is a good one. Overall, I don't think this figure deserves anything above a 3 out of 10. Just simply because bad accessories, bad articulation, and bad sculpting. The only thing that saves it is the great paint job and sculpt on the face. So, pretty much, yeah, it's just bad. But you know what? At least he can vape and pop some caps. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion on this figure. Obviously I made some jokes. But yeah, I don't think this is a very good figure at all. This is one of the worst ones I've seen so far, and I have quite a few of them. I do plan on reviewing the ones that I own and whatever other ones I purchase. So yeah, vape it up.